One of my best, toughest, and hardest lessons I learned was you're not wrong, but the information and the idea is right too soon. Because, my journey through college and, coming out of school, I studied the NCAA manual, I studied like all the laws and the compliance things, and then learning all of the levels and the rules. What's D2, what's NAIA, what's there between D1 and stuff like that. And we created the program and the company around those rules because we took time to go a little bit deeper, go past page one, and you come out with this idea in a market that is heavy sports, especially football, and you launch this idea that goes against the norm. And for me, I knew it was a good idea, and I knew it was something that was worth doing. And I knew that there was a gap, but the market wasn't ready for the idea because it wasn't familiar. It wasn't a thing in the South. It was more so on the East Coast. And I'm looking at what's happening now with the new eligibility rules, the CSC, rev share, NIL, building your brand while you're working, building your brand as an athlete, getting paid for your name, your image, your likeness. And I'm just like, we literally were building towards that because we saw what the market meant, what the rules said. And I mean, I don't think I regret anything, but when I look back at it, I say that as a founder, as a creative, as somebody who thinks past page one, you got to be okay with being different for a few years, and I talk to people often, and I always think about my journey, and I would challenge them and I would ask them now, are you okay with building anything if you know it wouldn't catch on for the next 5 years? That's hard. It's a lonely island to be on because I'll tell you what'll happen in the future. 5 years ago, today wasn't even a picture. I just knew it was a value. 5 years from now, I don't know what it'll look like, but I do know that if you stick to what you're doing now and continue to feed it and invest in it and grow it, you don't have to worry about looking 5 years from now, watching people who are less talented than you, no skill sets, didn't look past page one, having success in something that you was already doing. And you look at them saying, man, I've been doing that. Because that's the only thing that's going to piss you off. Is because you're literally saying, if I had just kept going, I really would have been 5 years ahead of everybody. But then I would challenge you and myself and those around me to always say, if you would have been 5 years ahead of them, what's stopping you from activating those 5 years of lesson that you've learned to be ahead of them? Because just because you weren't doing it, if you really believed it and you was convicted to do it, you ain't let it go. So you still was in it. You usually wasn't doing it. So you technically are 5 years ahead of everybody you watching. The only thing that's different is they actually just said, all right, I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna mess it up. And I'm gonna be wrong. Like they are willing to be wrong in front of everybody because they're making money, right? And for me, it never was about the money. For me, yes, I want to eat. Yes, I want to make a lot of it. But my initial start wasn't about the money. And when you say that, it sounds cliche, but I also think when you say that, it puts you at a disadvantage too. Because if it ain't about the money, then what you doing it for? Because even charities make money. So You ain't running a charity because charities make money, nonprofits make money. And when I was building a company and building a brand and doing the program, I really focused on initially. It was, man, this is gonna be valuable, man. Athletes are in need of this, right? They're coming from high school. They have no idea what it's like to apply for a school, do financial aid, what these loans mean, what does recruiting actually mean, what is this coach is going to do, what does it mean if a coach leaves and you transfer? Like those were so many things that I thought was valuable. And then we surpassed that and it was like, okay, if you're going to work while you're in school and playing ball, which is what we did at D3, because we went on scholarship from Shep at all. It was like, why not build you a brand? Like you're a football player. People in the city know you. So then we started saying, all right, look, this is how you build your brand. This is how you do your thing. And then we started doing fundraising. So now we fundraising and we're saying every dollar you bring in, we're gonna do a split with you. That's revenue share. And we was incentivizing them to go out and fundraise on the behalf of the program and did a split with them. Because I felt that, hey, if you're going to fundraise for my program, I should compensate you and not give you a t-shirt. Like we went through, like you got pizza and a t-shirt. You raise all this money for the school and the program and then they give you a t-shirt. So I didn't want to do that. But I started seeing this is how we should do it. You can't tell somebody where they can't work. I had a job when I was in school. Like they hired me because I interviewed well. They hired me because when I showed up, I said, hi, my name is Reggie Calhoun. I play at LC, and they gave me a job because I was a college athlete. So I'm like, what's the difference with them giving you a job and them paying you for your name, image, likeness? It wasn't no different to me. But when you start saying it out loud and you so early, they come at you. And then you go home and you say, man, what if they right? What if I am breaking the rules? So I'm like, I already read the rules though. And I actually did this. I actually had a job when I played ball. I actually went and worked. Somebody actually brought me out to school to come talk to the kids. I actually did a camp. So I'm like, I did the work. I got the experience. I know firsthand that this is factual. But I'm letting these folks tell me that's not true. And you sit down and you think about like, man, what if they right? But then you ask yourself, what if you right? And you have to be that type of founder. Like you got to be so arrogant because your experiences outweighs the critics. And I know I'm harping on the critics and criticism and whatnot, but every time I think about the last 10 years, I'm like, bro, I was way ahead of the game because I'm living in it right now. But I'll tell you, God don't play and don't make no mistakes because everything that I was doing then, it got supercharged in 2024. It was like, ta-da, everything you've been saying, here we go, right? And then people would call me and it was, hey man, you still doing that one program? Well, I mean, not at that level. We're way past that now, right? But I can remember that when we were doing it, nobody wanted to touch you. Nobody wanted to talk to you. Nobody wanted to bring you in. Fast forward 5-6 years later. Now they want to know, can they send their kid to your program? Now they want to know, can you help their kid get to the next level? Well, I can, but it's going to be done through the process that I was trying to tell y'all about. The steps that it's going to take. Yes, I know where I'm at right now, but that don't mean I'm going to fast track you to this because I'm going to still ask you step 1, step 2, step 3, the same thing that we was doing 6 years ago, same thing that we talked about 10 years ago, the same thing that I went through 15 years ago. It ain't changed. I just so happen to be at a space where It's a platform. But the platform don't change the process. And I would ask anybody, what if they right? Then what? But then, what if you right? Then what? Because if you right, but they don't know you right till 5 years later, do you keep doing it? Because we live in a social media world where everything we do has to hit. Like as soon as you jump out, it got to hit. And if it don't hit, you stop. And when you stop, you sit on it, you think about it, and then a year later or so, somebody show up and they do it. And they don't do it how you did it because they don't have the same info because they ain't go past page 1. And they just do it. And you like, man, they doing it wrong. They might be doing it wrong, but they right now. And now you're on the inverse. You're now saying they are wrong because you was right. But now they right because you told yourself you was wrong. It's a bad spot to be in. It's a bad spot. So here we are now, man. Maybe, what, 11 years, 12 years later, we up.